Optimus Prime here, so it's time for another ranking video today. This time not for like a franchise or sub-franchise or anything like that. This time, guys, I'm going to be ranking all the movies I saw that were released in 2020. So, I'm going to be honest, 2020 was not a very nice year for myself and for a lot of people. Very rough year. But for what it's worth, I did have some good movies that I saw. And so, guys, for all you don't know, the movies I saw were Birds of Prey, the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, Extraction, Tenet, and Wonder Woman 1984. So, I thought I would do a ranking of these movies I saw from best to worst or weakest in my personal opinion. So this is my personal opinion, guys, so if you disagree with me, that's absolutely fine. But yeah, please respect my opinion like I respect yours. So, my favourite movie from 2020, guys, I'm going to go with Sonic the Hedgehog, and which I first give it 8 out of 10, but guys, after rewatching it several times, guys, I actually love it even more now, to be honest, because, you know, it was much better than expected, you know, because, I mean, it's actually one of the few movies I'm actually glad got delayed to a later date, because they fixed the horrible design for Sonic in the first trailer, and he looks so much better in the final thing, like, way better. So, yeah. And Jim Carrey stole the show as Dr. Eggman. And I definitely can't wait for the sequel as well, which I'm very excited for, which we did confirm recently. I give this movie 9.5 out of 10. The reason why I give it 9.5 and not 10 out of 10 is because the one scene that I didn't really like was the scene where Sonic is in the bag. And the sheriff, Sheriff Tom is pretending it's his child, but then it gets into a very awkward conversation. It's pretty annoying, to be honest. But yeah, that's probably the one beef I have, but that's it, to be honest. Then, my second favourite movie of 2020, I'm going to go with Tena, which I did a review for in my community posts, guys, and I give it 9 out of 10. I gotta say, I did really love this movie as well. I watched it in December, when I bought it, I rented it, and I actually really do enjoy this movie. It was very good. You know, the special effects to create, the reversing of the time was very good. And also the acting by the cast, the son of Denzel Washington, John David Washington I think he's called, and also Robert Pattinson, aka the Batman, as Neil, and also Kenneth Branagh as well as the movie's antagonist as well. They had a really great cast, and yet other than, the good things, I mean, the only reason why I give it 9 out of 10, guys, is because of one issue I had being that, I wish that Sir Michael Caine's character, called Sir Michael Crosby, had more screen time, because he only appeared in just one scene with the protagonist, which I was disappointed about because I wanted more of his character. I thought he was really interesting. And it's also weird how, Kenneth Branagh was billed last in the credits, below Michael Caine, who had way less screen time than him. So, I'm wondering, why wasn't Michael Caine billed last? Very confusing. And, of course, those are also parts where the whole reversal got a bit confusing. But I will say the way they executed the reversal was brilliant. Really brilliantly done in cinematography and CGI. It was very good. So yeah, other than that, now my third favourite movie that came out in 2020, guys, I'm going to go with Extraction, which, for those who don't know, was a movie that was released as a Netflix movie in April. And I watched it in October while I was isolating. Don't worry, guys, I didn't have COVID, I was just isolating because I had to, because of a law imposed on the United Kingdom. So yeah, I stayed at home during October. I could have gone off one too, but I decided to stay in and do these YouTube videos for you guys, and also to keep myself safe. I also watched Netflix, and I thought I'd watch Extraction, and I gotta say, I also love this movie as well. I really enjoyed it. So yeah, the entire cast was amazing in this movie. Chris Hemsworth as Tyler Rake. As I said in my community post, I did when I reviewed the movie. I gotta say that Tyler is probably his best performance I've seen by him since he played Thor in Avengers Endgame, because he was really good in the role as Tyler. Very good. A big departure from playing Thor, definitely. He was brilliant in the role. I definitely also enjoyed the actor who played the boy who gets kidnapped and later extracted, as in the title. He was very good in the role. I can't remember his name. And the same applies to the female who is working alongside Tyler to extract the boy. She was also very good. I don't know her name, though, or he actually played her. But yeah, the cast did great. I also definitely enjoyed David Harbour as his character. Jim Hopper from Stranger Things in it, and Hellboy as well. And also, of course, he will be a Red Guardian in a Black Widow movie as well. But yeah, he's a great actor, David Harbour. However, my issues with the movie, which is why I give it 9 out of 10, is because I didn't really like how Tyler's crew, they had such little development because they got killed off like pretty early into a movie and didn't really have much screen time. Didn't really like how they got killed off without much development. I was a bit disappointed about that. And I also wish as well that David Harbour's character had more screen time, because I thought he was really interesting as the character that he played, but sadly he didn't get much screen time, which is a bit of a shame. Other than that, though, I really enjoyed Extraction, guys. It was a really fun movie to watch. It was brilliant, and I'm so glad that, unlike a lot of movies, it did not get delayed, because, I mean, it's a Netflix movie, so it was put on straight onto Netflix, which I was happy about. So, yeah, and they are doing a sequel as well, guys, with Chris Hemsworth returning, because, I mean, if you see the movie, guys, you can easily tell that Tyler Rake survived what happens, because you can see him, which I was happy about. So yeah, I definitely can't wait for a sequel. And then my fourth favourite after those three, I'm going to go with Wonder Woman 1984, which if you see my review, guys, those you didn't see my review, I gave it 8.5 out of 10. The reason why I give it 8.5, I gotta say, I did love the movie. I genuinely really loved and enjoyed it. It was really fun to watch. But, I mean, to be honest, guys, it's good, but it can be better. I was quoting Maxwell Lord then, yeah. So, yeah. I mean, Gal Gadot, as always, was perfect as Wonder Woman. I mean, she's my favourite Wonder Woman. She was brilliant in the role. So was Chris Pine as Steve Trevor, who is possessing a man thanks to that Dreamstone that Wonder Woman, accidentally uses to resurrect Steve. I definitely as well enjoyed Kristen Wiig as Barbara Minerva / Vegeta. And I gotta say, Pedro Pascal stole the show as Maxwell Lord, because he was already making a name for himself as Mandalorian. But then he definitely made a name for himself by playing Maxwell Lord, because he was brilliant in the role, really good. And the visuals were brilliant, and also the music, and also the action as well, for what it's worth, was also very good too. And the sequences were brilliant and very emotional as well, guys. I gotta say that the scene where Diana and Steve say their goodbyes, it got me pretty emotional. It got me really sad. The acting by Gal Gadot and Chris Pine in that scene was incredible. It was so perfect acting. It really got me. But yeah, it was such a sad moment. So yeah. However, the reason why I give 8.5 is because, unlike the first one, which I give 10 out of 10 to, a perfect 10 out of 10, was done, it's actually my fourth favourite DCEU movie after Man of Steel, Shazam and Aquaman. I give this movie 8.5 because, as I said before in my review, I dislike how there was a lack of action compared to the first one. And also, I also dislike as well how Cheetah was wasted as well, because she was barely in the movie as Cheetah. She was just Barbara Minerva pretty much for the whole movie, and didn't really have a point, to be honest, in the whole movie. Quite a pointless character. To be honest, guys, Maxwell should have been the only villain, because, Cheetah had potential, but she was unfortunately wasted. Now, I'm pretty sure she did survive the movie, so she might appear maybe in the third movie. I hope if she does appear, I hope she has a bigger role, to be honest. So, yeah. And also, guys, another thing I also didn't like as well was the continuity error where Wonder Woman can fly in this movie, but for some reason, she doesn't fly in Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice or the Wonder Woman movie, or Justice League. Well, Justice League, as I call it. So, like, I'm thinking, if she can fly in this movie, which is before those two movies, why doesn't she fly in those? So, I'm probably going to assume maybe she doesn't get a chance to fly in those two movies after this one. Maybe. So, yeah. Other thing I did also like was definitely the the ending scene, mid-credit scene featuring Linda Carter as Asteria, the original Wonder Woman. I was very happy about that. And I think she might have a bigger role in the third movie, maybe. I definitely can't wait for that. Absolutely. So yeah, so that's Wonder Woman 1984. And then my fifth and least favourite movie of 2020 that I've seen, guys, I'm going to go with Birds of Prey, which, I'd give it 8.5 when I reviewed it back in February last year, but now, guys, I've gone below that to 8 out of 10. So the good thing about the movie, I loved Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. She's great in the role. She's my favourite Harley Quinn in live action. She's brilliant in the role. It was probably the best part of the movie. I also definitely really love Ewan McGregor as the Black Mask. I thought he was also one of the best parts, and also one of the best DC villains in my personal opinion. However, the reason why, I put him as my least favourite, guys, and why I give it 8 out of 10 is because, While Black Mask was a great villain, there's no denying that, I did not like the way he was defeated so quickly and easily with that bomb on him. Like, it was too quick and it was far too easy, so I'm praying to God that he comes back in a follow-up movie. Like, because I didn't like the way he went out. He could have gone out better, but he didn't, did he? So I hope that he's not dead. So yeah. I also feel like some of the Birds of Prey need a bit more development. For example, I think Cassandra Cain deserved a bit more development, I think. So yeah. And to be honest as well, you know, I also wish we got to see the Joker, but sadly we didn't, did we? Which was a bit of a shame. But luckily the good news is, guys, we are going to see him in the Snyder Cut, which I'm very excited for. Can't wait for the Snyder Cut. So yeah. So guys, this was me doing my ranking of the 5 2020 movies I saw, from best to the worst. So yeah. So you know drill, guys. Be sure to give this video a like. Also, be sure to comment, say what you thought of the 2020 movies you saw and tell me how you'd rank them. I'd love to hear how you guys would rank the 2020 movies you saw. Also, be sure to join Team Prime by pressing subscribe for more videos coming in the future, and I'll see you all later.